Have you ever wondered what it's like to sail across an ocean?
Beautiful.
My wife Giselle and I sailed across the Atlantic back in January of 2022. It was our first long ocean passage. And this video is our journal of our experiences along the way, both the lows and the highs, as we sailed from Gibraltar all the way to Saint Lucia. So come and join us on our adventure. We arrived in Gibraltar early in the morning on December 30th. Our first order of business was to fill up on diesel. Since this was the first large ocean crossing for Giselle and I, we hired an experienced captain to help us. His name is Chris Brunt, and he's a legend. He had already crossed the Atlantic 33 times. This would be his 34th. After fueling up, we made our way to the Marina Alcadesa in La Linea, the Spanish side of Gibraltar. We did some last-minute provisioning at a nearby Carrefour market. We also searched for a clinic to get our COVID test done and found one within walking distance of the marina. Saint Lucia required negative COVID test results to enter, so we needed to get that done before leaving since we weren't sure we would be making a stop in the Canary Islands. The weather forecast was not looking too favorable for making a stop there. The next day, New Year's Eve, we visited The Rock, and we took in the sights. And even though there were no official fireworks planned, the sky lit up at night at the stroke of midnight. We were surrounded by a barrage of fireworks from the Gibraltar end of the bay all around to La Linea on the Spanish side. Early the next morning, we checked out of the country and the marina and set sail.
My first sunrise out in the ocean.
So, just got the ASIN out. Got light winds today, so today's the best day to do it. So it's day 3 of the crossing, and we've got the engines on. We're charging up the batteries. We ran the water maker to fill up our fresh water, and we've got pretty much no wind today. We ran the asymmetric spinnaker all day yesterday, day 2, pretty much until this morning when the wind died down. So it's running the engine today, and the wind, according to the forecast, should pick up later tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then we'll be moving a lot quicker. for the next several days. The wind is supposed to be blowing pretty good, so we'll make good progress. But so far, so good. I mean, sea state, just can't complain about that.
We are sailing at 8.2 nautical miles. The winds are at 19 to 21. And this is what I see. Storm brewing.
So it's day 6 of crossing. I didn't record anything yesterday. It was just a lazy day. Didn't really do anything. Today is nice and sunny, cloudy here and there. We might get some rain. We still have good wind, and we've been making good time. We're getting close to La Palma, but depending on the weather forecast we get as we get closer there, we may just keep going, keep running with the wind, and make this straight shot across the Atlantic and then get to the Caribbean. So far, so good.
Yeah, the winds have been about in the upper teens to 27, so which is really nice. And our speed has been anywhere from 5.9 up until, well, we hit over 10.
12, yeah,
12.
we hit 12 at one point,
12
just briefly.
So
Yeah.
that's been kind of neat to experience that. Strictly sailing. No motors. Just us, the waves, and the wind.
As we were approaching La Palma in the Canary Islands, we took one more look at the weather forecast before deciding whether to stop there or not. There was a low pressure system approaching the west of the Canary Islands, and it would bring winds blowing against our path towards the Caribbean. Based on the weather forecast, Chris advised that we not stop in La Palma. Instead, he recommended that we keep moving and stay on a more northerly course to try and avoid the worst of the weather system. That is what we did, and it was a very good decision. Although we would encounter some adverse weather, we missed the worst of it and made good progress towards our destination. Day 9. Let me make sure, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, January 9th, day 9 of the crossing. And the winds have died down, so we've got Big Blue up. It's our big asymmetric spinnaker. So, yeah, trying to keep moving along without using engines. Doesn't look like the wind is going to pick back up until maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, waves have calmed down quite a bit as the winds have calmed down, and we've got lines out to see if we can catch any fish. But I don't think it's going to happen today. We'll see. Anyways, not much else going on. Just slowly moving along. gosh.
Recording it. It's crazy. I'm recording this. So if I don't record it, people won't believe it.
So it's day 12 of the passing, January 12th, Wednesday. It's been a couple of days since I've recorded one of these daily logs. We've been busy. It's been busy the last few days. Sailing different conditions from huge following waves and wind to cutting into and going upwind, going through some squalls, going through a front, catching fish. Oh yeah, and we became grandparents again last night. Our 7th grandchild was born. Both mom and baby are healthy, so we're ecstatic about that. So yeah, it's been kind of busy, and we've got some wind today, finally, and we're sailing a little bit more southerly and heading closer to the trade wind belt, or at least the meat of it anyways, and hopefully get some winds at our backs there and have a easier sail the rest of the way. Not that it's been real difficult, it's just been busy. We've been reconfiguring sails and adjusting courses based on forecasts. So it's there are slow moments and then there's crazy hectic moments, and it's all good.
Our wind is 29, 28. Right there.
It's Friday. It's day 14 of the crossing, January 14th, and we finally have winds that are starting to come around and help us out. Day 13 and the latter part of day 12, we were pretty much beating like close reach, close all at times, and we were having to go south because the winds were just coming from the wrong direction, basically. And today, much nicer ride. Waves have settled down quite a bit, and winds are starting to come around, not quite to a beam reach yet, but getting there. And then later today, we should be on a broad reach and much more comfortable sailing. So all in all, it's been good. Not exactly what I thought the Atlantic crossing was going to be like. I was thinking more of what other coast to coast said, huge following seas and winds, pretty much coming out of your stern. But it's a different experience. We've learned quite a lot, different sail configurations and things like that. So it's all good, and the sun is out, wind is blowing better, and it's all good. The worst of the weather behind us, we settled into a rhythm. There were things to fix, games to play, books to read, and laundry to do. We learned new skills such as navigating using a sextant. I'm amazed at the calculations navigators had to do prior to GPS. We enjoyed simple pleasures such as the smell of freshly brewed coffee.
Making his coffee.
That's when you need smell-o-vision. Or the fulfillment of catching and preparing our next meal. The normalcy of cooking and enjoying dinner together. With a phenomenal view. Nothing extraordinary, except that we were doing all this in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Suddenly, signs that we were getting close. And then our lasts. Like our last sunset of our Atlantic passage. Our last cooked meal of the passage. Our last night watch of the passage. And then, land ho.
There is Saint Lucia, land ho. 26 days from Gibraltar. We made it.
We were thrown back into our hectic pace. Docking, clearing health and customs and immigration. Checking in at the marina. And finally, a rewarding first meal back on land. Then came time to bid, until we meet again, to Chris. We are extremely grateful for all his help, patience, coaching, and teaching over the month that we spent together. Friends for life. We are also grateful to our support team back home, our family. They kept us in touch with life back home via text messages over satellite and sending beautiful pictures of our newest grandbaby. We felt that connection to life back home even though we were thousands of miles away. We are eternally grateful. We enjoyed our Atlantic crossing, and we hope that you found this video of our experience informative. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. Cheers, fair winds and following seas. We literally understand what a blessing that is now.